Your Olympic hero has arrived. It's true, it's true.
You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and I'm finally getting around to reviewing the third movie I watched on Halloween night. And that movie is Horror Express. Now, if you don't know, Horror Express is a 1972 film that was based on the same short story or novella, whatever it is, novel, that The Thing was based off of. It's a short story called Who Goes There? And it's the second adaptation of that story, the first being The Thing from Another World from the 50s. Horror Express is a standard 90-minute movie, and it actually is closer, I would say, to The Thing than The Thing from Another World in some respects, and further from it in other respects. For instance, if you're familiar with The Thing, then you know that it takes place in Antarctica. This is specifically talking about the John Carpenter version. The 1950s version actually took place in the North Pole. This one has a different setting than either of them, taking place on a train predominantly, and all of them do involve them digging up an alien that was buried under ice, with the difference in this one being, rather than being in the Arctic or Antarctic, they dug it up in China. The reason I say this one in some ways is more similar to the John Carpenter thing than the other one is because in The Thing from Another World, the monster is just kind of like this bumbling Frankenstein monster-esque alien that's going around killing people and taking their blood. In this, the monster can take over other people's bodies. And when it does that, the only part of it that doesn't change is the arm, so it's got to hide its arm to prevent anyone from seeing the fact that it actually is not the original person. The movie itself stars Christopher Lee, who's been in a ton of movies, obviously. He was Dracula in several movies. He was Fu Manchu in a couple of movies. He was Saruman in Lord of the Rings. He was Count Dooku. I mean, I think everyone more or less knows who Christopher Lee is. But it also had Peter Cushing, who's best known for being Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars. However, Peter Cushing was also in the 1950s version of 1984, the 1954 version specifically. In this movie, there's a priest basically swears loyalty to the Thing and wants it to take over his body. Another key difference is the way you can tell. So in the Thing, right, in the John Carpenter Thing, they do this test where they dip the hot wire in the blood to see who's the Thing, because the blood will jump up because it'll feel pain still because it's still part of the organism. But in this one, the way they can tell is their eyes are red. And if you turn off the lights, I think it's with the lights off, you can see their red eyes. So that's how they figure out who the Thing is in this one. But yeah, this is a very underrated movie in my opinion. I think it's considered a B movie, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a 1972 movie, and I think it's kind of a forgotten version of The Thing in a way. Like I said, it's not technically called The Thing, nor is it based off the movies of The Thing, but it is based off the original story, Who Goes There? And Who Goes There, obviously, like I said, was the inspiration for The Thing and The Thing from Another World. In that regard, this is another adaptation of The Thing, and it's a very entertaining one at that. I think it definitely gets overlooked, and I think that's a bit unfair. And I think that if you're a fan of The Thing, I definitely recommend checking it out, because it's a fun little horror movie. And like I said, it takes place almost entirely on a train, so that gives it a nice, unique feel to it. But anyway, that's it for this review. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one.
What a grand adventure this has been. God bless us, everyone.
Gotcha. As soon as I can walk again, I'm gonna kick that kid's ass.
I had to suck 5 dicks to get into this show. Let's see you top that.
Fuck it. We've come this far.